There are loads of cars in GTA Online, and I've been playing since the release of GTA, and I've probably been playing an unhealthy amount of Grand Theft Auto. And out of all that time and effort I put in this game, these are my top recommendations for cars. These are just the cars that you should buy. I hate recommending expensive cars, but here we have the champion. It costs 3 million if you don't have the trade price. At 3 million, that's not including the modifications where you can get slick mines, you can get anti-lock-on, you can get bullet, armor on the car. When this car is fully kitted out, it's basically a ghost car. It can't be locked onto. It takes a lot of explosions. The only thing that I think can actually kill it is a jet, and that jet would have to come back 3 or 4 times to actually kill you. And that would be a skilled jet pilot using cannons as well. It's crazy. It's basically anti-oppressor. Now, this is, I think, what Rockstar are trying to do. They're trying to bring out vehicles that are anti-oppressor, but they make it so expensive that, people that complain about the oppressor have to end up spending 4 million to just get away from oppressors. And it actually is a supercar, so it's the only supercar that is armored in the game. It's just the car you take to free mode sessions. Even people following you, you can just put the slicks down and you can get them to basically stop following you. Even aircrafts can't follow you. And then it gets to the point where only a jet with a cannon can kill you, and if they realize that, then you're in trouble. But, most people don't realize what this car is and what it can do, so you're normally in safe hands. Now, if you watch my videos, I'm not the type to encourage someone to spend 3.66 million. But the Toreador is one of those rare occasions where 3.6 million is actually worth it. Now, let's get into why it's actually worth it. I mean, to be honest, look at this car. It doesn't look like a make-believe car. It is half glass, but, it still looks really nice. The fact that in 2 seconds you can get to top speed, that was probably 1 second, to be honest, and you can even hear the car reach top speed. Just listen. It is crazy. It is the fast accelerating car, and the speed boost as well. The speed boost keeps regenning. Like, it takes about 2 seconds to regen, and then you've got speed boost again. And it's one of the only cars in the game, I think it is the only car in the game that can still turn while boosting, so it still can turn. And then you've even got submarine mode. Obviously for water, not for dry land. But you've got submarine mode. You've got missiles. Like, what doesn't this car have? Now, this car renders a lot of things useless. A lot of things. Like, we have a lot of rocket vehicles. We have a lot of... we have one submarine vehicle. And it's not a bad looking car as well. Like, this is an all-in-one vehicle. And I would definitely say save up for it, or sell, your cars that have the features that this thing does. Only one of the features, if that makes any sense. I love this car, and I'll continue to drive it because it's just a free mode beast. Now, if GTA were to re-announce the Toros, imagine it never existed in the past, and you had to guess the value of the vehicle, what would you say? 2 million? 1.5 million? 1 million? That's pretty cheap. But 500k. Now, this was released in the Arena War, where vehicles were quite inflated. You actually had the free crawler that was in the DLC before that, and it was 600k. There was the Flash GT, which was 1.67 million in 2 DLCs before this. But the Toros still seemed to cost under 500k, 498,000. Now, the performance on it was not lacking either. It was the fastest SUV, and I still think it is the fastest SUV. It might be cutting it close with the new Porsche, but the value for money you get in this vehicle, it's not like they cut any corners with it as well. It's got a lot of modifications. It still makes no sense to me why it's at 500,000. Hello, you idiot. This is not even a car, and it's another stupid expensive vehicle. I agree, it's not a car, but the whole list was supposed to be cars. But when I used this in a free mode session not long before the video, like 2 days ago, it performs just so good. The fact that this thing can lock on to oppressors so far away, and it's nearly impossible for them to escape the rockets. The rockets, it shoots I think 6 at a time or 5 at a time, and these rockets are agile as well, so oppressors have no chance. And what does everyone enjoy more than killing an oppressor? You know, finally getting that revenge. All those other 20 lobbies that they've killed you in, and you get to kill them once. It's a bit satisfying. Now, I don't only like this because of the lock-on. I also like it because it sounds really stupid, but the fact that it can remove wheels on cars. So you can see in the video, I've done videos of this in the past where you can actually use the Chernobog. The Chernobog is the easiest vehicle to use to remove vehicle wheels, and it's just something that, you know, is never normally done. You don't remove wheels in GTA. That's just stupid. But the fact that it's there, and the fun you can have, the fact that you can have a quad bike with one wheel, it's such a fun factor. Now the Neo, what an amazing looking car with livery options in the HUD menu, which is a bit weird, but that's nothing to do with the purchase of this car. I mean, the looks definitely are. I mean, I've stanced it now, so I'm probably going to ruin the handling, but just look how nice it looks. It will not disappoint if you buy this. It's only 1.5 million. It's crazy how this thing is 1.5 million. If it was released today, which was released quite a while ago, it doesn't seem like it was, but it was actually released in the Doomsday Heist. 1.5 million, so cheap. I think it would definitely be like a 2.5 million car if it was released now. And yeah, it's just 4 doors. It looks amazing. It does have the generic kind of acceleration speed, and this is what lowering your car does. It just makes your car handle really badly, but it's got the generic acceleration speed, the same speed that the Cyclone has, the same speed that the Tesla has. But in my opinion, the best variant of that car. Now, I'd definitely say, you know, driving an electric car is, you know, it's a refreshing thing in GTA. Hearing no sound, just hearing that silence. And I guess it's a slight advantage as well, where you can actually hear directions of shooting and stuff. You know, if you're that tactical in GTA, and you can hear where they're coming from while you're driving this car. And hopefully not if you're crashing, because you'll hear all the crashing sounds, but that's just me. And yeah, that's why I picked this car. Now, this is an all-in-one car. Let's get, you know, all the options you can put on out of the way first. You can put machine guns on it. You can put proximity mine on it. The missile lock-on jammer on it. You can put the remote control unit on it. Now, when I mean this is an all-in-one vehicle, this does everything. I've never seen an actual car that does more, you know, than this. More tasks than this car. Like, honestly, if we put these cars in ratings to what they can do, I think the Buffalo STX is #1 in GTA, full stop. It's got all those options that I literally just mentioned. It sounds amazing. It's got, you know, a great handling for a muscle car. This is a muscle car that feels like a sports car. It's crazy how OP this vehicle is. It's #1 in muscle class, which is unbelievable. Like, it's #1 in something. It has all those weapon options. Look at it. It looks really good. It looks almost like the actual Charger. It's got so many modifications. I don't know. Anyone tell me any other car in this game that has more perks than this vehicle? Like, this vehicle has the most perks. Like, I'm talking vehicle. Like, even jets, anything. The Buffalo STX is #1 on the perk list. I'm pretty sure if this was the trading card, you know, this would be, you know, the one OP card that everyone wants. 1.6 million as well. Yeah, high price, but it's not the highest of price. It's nearly half the price of the Champion, which is fairly decent. It is 1.6 million. It's onto the San Andreas. It's the 3rd most expensive vehicle, and then when you add everything on, it'll be like 2.5 million, but it's still worth it in my opinion. The car with the most perks, full stop. I don't care, I'm making that statement. And yeah, just try and prove me wrong. Just say what other vehicle has more perks than this. Hello, why have you got the LG Retro on the list? Come on, everyone's got the LG Retro. Everyone's probably got a few LG Retros. I know that, but I put this on the list because I wanted to put this in perspective. This car is voted the best car in GTA. Like, full stop, the best car in GTA. Okay, everyone that voted were into cars, but it's a car person's perspective, but this is technically the best car in GTA Online. I mean, there's obvious reasons for this. It looks amazing. It looks so relevant. Everyone loves what GTA have done with mixing 3 generations of Skylines. The sound of the car, the speed of the car, the tunability of the car, the fact that this thing, you know, is a Benny's car like the Sultan RS. And comparing it to the Sultan RS was actually second on the best car, but second from far away. 50% of people who voted for their favorite car voted, I think it was 53% voted the LSU Retro. So the rest of the 47% were like spread out for all the cars in GTA. This got 53. That is crazy. The LG Retro still seems to be in the lead of best car in GTA, no matter, you know, what comes out, and I think nothing will be able to top it, and that's why I put it on this list. Now the Night Shark, basically a tank on an SUV basically, and this has one sole purpose in mind, and that's just to resist as many impacts as it can. So if you've got something in mind, like you want to actually do a delivery or anything, and there's an oppressor in this session just killing everyone, this thing can nearly guarantee safety. If the oppressor misses 2 rockets, it can shoot all its rockets, as many rockets as it has left, and you won't die. That is the crazy thing about this thing. This thing is so heavily armored that it only takes 2 rockets for them to miss, and then they can't ever get you. Now if you actually take the armored plating off the window, you can actually shoot flares, and it didn't really work in the video I'm demonstrating in, but you can shoot flares and it should be able to redirect the flares. If you don't want to do that and you want to just shoot them off or headshot them, removing the armored plating on the windows does that. It's definitely one of those head down, get the work done type of vehicles. Let's just hope the person with the oppressor doesn't recall another one and then come and catch up to you. 1.25 million as well. I nearly forgot to mention that. That's really cheap for the armor on this vehicle. Again, undervalued to today's standard. Now, if you guys have a recommendation, you know, the whole world should know this car, then please comment it in the comment section. I'd like to know what you guys pick. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you do enjoy the rest of your day. See you guys in the next one.